Hello Yogis, and welcome back to the mat today. Today's practice will be focusing mainly on hips and hamstrings, but it will also be a full body practice. Through the Vinyasa sequence, we'll be working towards opening and bringing mobility into our hip flexors, opening up of our hamstrings. If you're working towards your splits, it's a really good practice to follow. That will be the main focus of the Vinyasa, but we'll also be working on strengthening of our quads and building strength in our core muscles and opening up of our shoulders and back. So it's a full body practice too. We will be doing a full splits towards the ends, and a block might be handy for that, but other than that we'll not be needing any other props. And as always, tailor the practice around what you feel is best for you during the practice. So please don't push yourself to a point where it hurts. So if anything causes pain, please back off and swap the asana or take a modification or use a prop. A little bit of uncomfortability is good, and breathe through it. You'll come out on the other side feeling much stronger than where you started. With consistent practice, that will become easy and you'll be more flexible and more strong. Listen to your body, honor the way you feel, and take it at your own pace. Thank you so much for all the love that I've been receiving for my previous wrist-free Vinyasa. That feels really encouraging. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. I upload a new Vinyasa sequence every week. Let me know how you liked this sequence. I look forward to hearing from you, and whenever you're ready, let's meet on the mat. We'll begin our practice today at the top of the mat and come to your neutral standing position. Engage your core, tuck your tailbone, and step a little wider, slightly wider than your hip distance. Inhale, sweep your arms all the way up, bring it alongside your ears, interlace your fingers and open your palms up towards the sky. Keeping your arms in this position, engaging your core, squat all the way down and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, squat, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, squat. Try to bring your arms alongside your ears and keep your neck long and fold forward. Back of your neck is long in your forward fold. Two more. Squat, exhale, fold forward. Hinge from your hips when you're folding forward and keep the interlace of your fingers. One last time. Fold forward. Come back into your squat. Bring your arms in front of you. Keep the interlace of your fingers, but your palms are turned towards you. One deep inhale here. Exhale. Bring your right knee down onto the mat and hips come directly stacked on the bottom knee. Come back into your squat. Left knee comes down on the mat. Open your chest towards the long edge side of the mat and stack your hips on your knee. Come all the way down into your squat. Right knee comes down onto the mat. Open your hips towards the long edge side of the mat. You can have your hands parallel alongside your ears too. Come back into your squat. Left knee comes down on the mat. Stack your hips and open your chest towards the long edge side. Come all the way down into your Malasana. Palms come to your chest. Take a deep breath here. Keep pushing your knees out with your elbows, and your elbows are being pushed together with your legs. So this is an active pose. If you want to make it more challenging, you can bring your arms alongside your ears. Squeeze your glutes. One more breath. Push it into the balls of your feet and come all the way up and palms come to your chest, walk your feet closer together, coming into your Tadasana. One deep breath in your Tadasana. Next inhale, bring your left knee into your chest, arms come alongside your ears, extend your left leg and point your toes. One breath. Next breath, bend your left knee, grab hold of your left foot, place it on the inside of your right leg. Engage your core, grow tall from your hips. Don't sink your weight into your hips. Bring your arms alongside your ears. Either stay here or left hand comes to rest on top of your left thigh. Right hand is alongside your ears. Push your left heel into your right leg and lean towards your left side, taking a side body stretch. Your left hand can stay on top of your left thigh, or you can bring your left hand behind your back. Keep reaching through your right fingertips. Grow tall from your hips. Come back to neutral. Bring your left knee back into your chest and slowly swing your left leg all the way back, keeping your arms alongside your ears, transitioning into Warrior 3. One breath in Warrior 3. Back foot comes down onto the mat and open up into Warrior 2. Make sure that your alignment is correct. Sink into your hips. Flip your right palm and reverse your warrior. Left hand can come behind your back towards your right thigh. Keep rotating your chest open towards the sky. One breath in your reverse warrior. Right hand comes on the inside of your right leg. Extend your left hand all the way up or bring it alongside your ears, side angle. If you take a bind in your side angle, you can try doing that here. Keep the bind. Keep the back of your neck long. Slowly start pushing through the ball mount of your right foot, keeping the bind, transitioning into your bound triangle, or you can release your bind and transition into your regular triangle. Reach through the top of your head, back of your neck is long. Come back into your side angle, release your bind, and to open your toes to point towards the short edges of the mat, transitioning into a goddess. Come up on the ball mounts of both your feet, sink deeper and bring your arms alongside your ears. One breath in your goddess. Straighten your legs, pushing through the ball mounts of your feet, and bring the feet parallel, coming all the way up. From here, left hand comes on the outside of your left thigh. Right hand is alongside your ears, and take a side body stretch. Rotate your chest towards the mat. Left toes point towards the short edge of the mat. Adjust your stance. Make sure that both your feet are on parallel tracks and hinge from your hips, folding forward into a pyramid. Halfway lift. Bring your right palm directly underneath your right shoulders and open your chest towards the left side of the mat. Taking a twist in your pyramid, pull up on the kneecaps of both your legs, squeeze your inner thighs. Bring your gaze back down onto the mat. Back knee comes down on the mat, coming into a low lunge. Sink your hips down, arms come alongside your ears, and open your chest up towards the sky. Back to your low lunge, keeping the arms alongside your ears. Shift your hips back, Extend your left leg, flex your left toes, left foot, and transition into your half splits. If you can bring your glutes all the way down onto your right heel, you can try doing that or work towards it. Keep the back of your neck long, hinging from your hips, feeling a nice stretch in your left hamstring. Come all the way back up into your low lunge. Frame your front foot, back knee comes off the mat. From here, bring your left shin parallel to your short edge of the mat. Sink your hips down, untuck your back toes, coming into a pigeon pose. Open your chest and work towards squaring your hips and bringing your right hip down onto the mat. You can either stay here or walk your hands forward and come all the way down. Bring your foreheads to rest on the top of your back of your palms. Flex your left foot to protect your knee in your pigeon. Come all the way up. This is optional, you can play with it or you can just stay in your pigeon pose. Bend your back knee and try to grab hold of your back foot with your right hand, and you can either just work towards bringing your right heel closer to your body, or if you have this, then you can work towards bringing your right foot in the crease of your right elbow. Extend your left hand alongside your ears and try to bind your hands, sinking your right hip down onto the mat. Release and swing your right leg all the way around. Stack your knees and bring your foot on either side of your hips. Right leg is stacked on top of your left and the knees are in line with each other. Work towards bringing both your feet closer to your hips and be mindful of keeping your sit bones down on the mat. Lengthen your spine. You can either stay here or slowly fold forward. Keep the back of your neck long and feel a nice stretch in your hips. Come all the way back. Release your legs. Transition into your plank pose. Bring your right hand down on the mat, left forearm down on the mat, coming into a forearm plank. Walk your feet slightly closer to your hands, transitioning into your dolphin. Keep the back of your neck long. Push through your forearms and work towards bringing your heels down onto the mat. Lift your right leg up, coming into a three-legged dolphin. Hold here for a breath. Left leg up. Hold here for a breath. Walk back into your forearm plank and bring your hips down, open your chest, transitioning into a swings. You can either stay in your swings or bring your palms towards the corners of your mat, open all your fingers, push through your palm and lift your elbows off the mat, coming into a baby seal. One breath. Bring your forearms back on the mat. Come back into your swings pose. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips back into your forearm plank and walk back into your dolphin. Bend your knees. Look towards your palms. Shift your weight into your palms and come all the way up into your plank pose and flow through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog, coming all the way back, downward facing dog. Look towards your palms, bend your knees, step or hop, come to the front of the mat, halfway lift. Grab hold of your ankles, bring your chest in contact with the tops of your thighs, sink your hips, and from here, keeping the hold on your ankles, fold forward. Come all the way back up into your Tadasana. Flow that sequence on the other side. One breath in your Tadasana, engage your core, tuck your tailbone, lift your right leg up, bring your right knee into your chest, arms come alongside your ears, extend your right leg, point your toes. One breath. Next breath, bring your right foot on the inside of your left leg. You can stay with arms alongside your ears in your tree pose here, or bring your right hand to rest on top of your right thigh. Left hand is extended alongside your ears. Push your right heel into your left leg and lean towards your right side, opening your side body. You can keep your right hand as is, or you can bring your right hand to wrap behind your back. Come back to the center. Swing your right leg all the way back. Transition into your warrior 3. One breath here. Right foot comes down onto the mat. Open up warrior 2. Adjust your stance. Make sure that your heel and your arch of your back foot are in line with each other. Reverse your warrior. You can bring your right hand behind your back to reach your left thigh. Bring your left hand on the inside of your left foot. Open up into side angle. If you did take a bind on the other side, bind your side angle here. Keep the back of your neck long. Walk your feet slightly closer. Push through the ball mount of your left foot and extend your left leg, transitioning into your triangle. Keeping your bind, or extend your hands out, coming into a regular triangle. You should feel a deep stretch in your left hamstring. Come back into your side angle. Open your toes out to face the short edges of the mat. Sink your hips down into a goddess. Bring your arms alongside your ears. Come up on the ball mounts of your feet, sinking your hips down. One breath. Push through the ball mount, straighten your legs, coming into a 5-point star. Bring your feet parallel to each other. Right arm comes on the outside of your right leg. Extend your left hand alongside your ears and lean towards the right edge of the mat. Taking a side body stretch. Point your left foot towards the front edge of the mat. Rotate your shoulders to face the mat and adjust your stance. Make sure that both your feet are on parallel tracks. Square your hips and hinge from your hips. Fold forward. Squeeze your inner thighs. Square your hips. Halfway lift. Bring your left palm directly underneath your left shoulder. Open your chest. Right hand extends all the way up, taking a twist in your pyramid. One breath. Square your front foot. Step back. Lower your back, knee down onto the mat. Untuck your toes, sink your hips down. Arms come alongside your ears. Open your chest up towards the sky. Cactus your arms. Extend your hands Extend your right leg, flex your right foot, hinge from your hips, come all the way down, bring your glutes down onto your left foot, fold forward into your half splits or half split variation. Come back into your low lunge, bring your right shin parallel to the short edge of the mat, sink your left hip down, square your hips, and you can stay here in your pigeon pose. Make sure that you're flexing your right foot to protect your knee. Stay here in your pigeon pose or walk your hands all the way out. Bring your forehead down onto the mat. And take a deep breath here. Come all the way up. Bend your back leg. Grab hold of your left foot with your left hand, and you can stay here for a quad stretch or work your left foot to your elbow crease. Extend your right hand alongside your ears. Try to grab hold of your left fingers and open your chest. Release. Swing your left leg all the way around. Stack your knees. Make sure that your sit bones are on the mat. Work both your feet closer to your hips, coming into Gomukhasana legs. Lengthen your spine. Either stay here or hinge forward to feel a deeper stretch in your hips. Release and step back into your plank pose. Bring your left forearm down, followed by your right forearm coming into your forearm plank. Shift your hips up, walk your feet closer to your hands, dolphin. Right leg comes up. Work your left heel towards the mat. Switch sides, left leg comes up. Walk back into your forearm plank. Bring your hips down onto the mat. And from here you can either take a swings or a baby seal, or you can grab hold on the outside of your ankles and lift your thighs off the mat and your chest up, coming into your bowl pose. Release. Bring your forearms back down onto the mat. Back into your swings. Tuck your toes. Lift your hips up, coming into a forearm plank. Walk your feet slightly closer. Bend your knees. Look towards your palm. Shift your weight onto your palms. Come up into your plank and flow through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Coming all the way back. Downward facing dog. Lift your right leg up, coming into a three-legged dog. Bend your knee. Bring your right knee to the outside of your left elbow. Extend your right leg all the way out. Back foot comes down on the mat. Left arm comes alongside your ears. And open your chest up, coming into a fallen triangle. Keep your right foot flexed. Squeeze your glutes. Come back into your plank. Shift back, downward facing dog. Try that on the other side. Lift your left leg up, three-legged dog. Bend your knee. Bring your left knee to touch your right elbow. Extend your left leg. Flex your left foot. Back foot comes down on the mat. Right arm extends alongside your ears. Open your chest. Fall on triangle on the other side. Lift your hips up towards the sky. Back to your plank. Lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look towards your palm. You can either hop or walk. Come to the front of the mat. Halfway lift. Fold forward. And come all the way up. Back into your Tadasana. One breath in your Tadasana. From here, bring your right knee into your chest. Grab hold on the outside of your right foot with your left hand. Extend your right leg. Open your chest and take a twist. Squeeze your inner thighs. Release your twist. Bring your left hand alongside your ears. Grab hold on the inside of your right foot with your right hand. Engage your core. Lengthen from your hips. From here, start kicking into your right hand and hinge forward. Try to work towards squaring your chest to the mat. Slowly release your dancer into a one-legged Tadasana. Step back into your low lunge. Bring your back knee down onto the mat. Back shin comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. You're in a gate pose variation. Arms come out into a T. Left toes are pointing towards the short edge of the mat. Sink your hips down to feel a nice stretch in your inner thighs. Come back up. 2 more of those. Exhale, sink. Come back up. 1 more. Sink your hips down. Come back up. Extend your left leg. Left foot comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. Bring your hands alongside your ears. Interlace your fingers and lean towards your left side, feeling a nice stretch in your right side body. Keep the back of your neck long. Engage your core, tuck your tailbone and try to bring your hips to face the longest side of the mat. Come back up. 2 more. Lean. Come back up. 1 more. Exhale, lean. Come back up. Bend your left leg back into that gate pose variation. Bring your left hand on the inside of your left knee. Modified side angle. Bring both your palms on the inside of your left foot. Adjust your stance. Lift your back knee off the mat, coming into a lizard. You can bring your forearms down on the mat to deepen your lizard. Back of your neck is long. Come back onto your palms. Rotate your back foot. Keep it extended. Flex your right foot to face the sky. Transitioning into your Skandasana. Pull up on your kneecap on your extended leg. If you want to bind in your Skandasana, you can take a bind here and open your chest up. Come back into your lizard. Walk your left foot slightly back. Sink your right hip down on the mat and take a side body stretch on the other side. We'll flow through that sequence 2 more times. Come back into your lizard pose. Transition into your forearm lizard, optional. Sink your hips down, open up into Skandasana. If you want to bind your Skandasana, try doing that here. Back into your lizard and take a side body stretch, sinking your hips down on the other side. Come back into your lizard pose, and this last time, if you want to take a bind in your lizard, you can work your left hand underneath your left thigh, right hand behind your back, and bind your lizard here. Keep the back of your neck long. One breath. Transition into your Skandasana, opening your chest towards the long edge side of the mat. Come back into your lizard and take a hip dip facing the other side of the mat. Back into your lizard, keeping your left hand inside your left foot. Back foot comes down on the mat parallel to the short edge. Extend your left leg, open up into your triangle. You can bring your top arm in line with your ears. One breath. Square your hips and chest towards the mat. Adjust your stance. Fold into your pyramid. Square your hips, squeeze your inner thighs. Halfway lift. Right palm comes directly underneath your shoulders. Open up and take a twist. And I'm eating my hair. Bring your gaze down onto the mat. Left hand comes on your hips. Shift your weight slightly forward. Lift your back leg off the mat, coming into a twisted half moon. You can stay here or extend your left hand and slowly try to open your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Bring your back foot down on the mat. Bring both your feet to face the left side of the mat. You are in a cross-legged position. Adjust your stance and fold forward. Halfway lift. Come back to the front of the mat. Step back into your low lunge. Bring the back knee down on the mat, and from here you can either take a half splits, or if you want to play with full splits, have your block nearby and extend both your legs out, coming into your full splits. Oh, I'm pretty loose in my hips today, on this side at least. Release from your half splits or your full splits. Bring your knees down on the mat. Palms come onto the mat. Shift into your plank pose. Flow through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Come all the way back. Downward facing dog. Bend your knee. Look to the front of the mat. Hop or step, halfway lift, fold forward. Come all the way up, back into your Tadasana. Palms to your chest. Take that sequence on the other side. Bring your left knee into your chest. Grab hold on the outside of your left foot. With your right hand, extend your left leg. Open your chest, taking a standing twist. Grow tall from your hips. Squeeze your inner thighs. Shoulders are moving away from your ears. Slowly release your twist. Grab hold on the inside of your left foot with your left hand. Right hand comes alongside your ears. Engage your core, lengthen from your hips. Start kicking your left foot into your hand and hinge from your hips. Open your chest and try to square your chest towards the mat. Slowly release your dancer into one-legged Tadasana. Step back into your low lunge. Back knee comes down onto the mat. From here, bring your shin parallel to the short edge of the mat. Transition into a gate pose variation. Open your arms out into a T and sink your hips towards your right foot. Come back up. 2 more. Sink your hips down. Come back up. 1 more. Feel a nice stretch in your inner thighs. Extend your right leg. Right foot comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. Extend your arms alongside your ears. Interlace your fingers. Shoulders are away from your ears. Engage your core and lean towards the right side of the mat. Open. Keep rotating your chest up to feel a nice stretch in your left side. Come back to the center. 2 more. Back to center. 1 more. Come back to the center and bend your right leg back into your gate pose variation. Right hand comes on the inside of your right leg and take a side angle variation or a supported side angle. Both hand comes on the inside of your right foot. Extend your left leg, tuck your toes into your lizard pose. You can come on down onto your forearms to deepen your lizard. Rotate your back foot, flex your left foot, sink your hips down, Skandasana. If you want to take a bind in your Skandasana, you can play with that here. Make sure that your right toes and your right knee are tracking each other. Back into your lizard, sink your hips towards the left side of the mat. I'm going away from my mat. And take a side body stretch on the other side. Come back into your lizard pose. You can take a forearm lizard. Back into your Skandasana. Open up towards the longest side of the mat. Flex your extended leg. Flex your foot on your extended leg. Back into your lizard. Sink your hips down on the other side. Take a side body stretch. Come back into your lizard, and this last time, if you want to tie and play with taking a bind in your lizard, work your right hand underneath your right thigh. Left hand comes behind your back. Take a bind. 1 breath. Flow into your Skandasana. You can have your you can come up on the ball mount of your right leg. If you can't come all the way down, bring your hips all the way down. Back into your lizard. Stretch your left side of the body, sinking your hips. Come back into your lizard pose. Bring your right hand on the inside of your right foot. Left foot comes down on the mat. Extend your right leg and open up into your triangle. Top arm can come alongside the ear. Bring your chest to face the mat. Adjust your stance and fold into your pyramid. Make sure that your feet are on parallel tracks. Bring your left palm directly underneath your left shoulder and take a twist in your pyramid pose. Right arm comes to rest on the hips. Shift your weight slightly forward. Lift your back leg off the mat. You can either stay here or extend your right hand and open your chest towards the long edge side of the mat. Release your back foot down on the mat. Back knee follows. You can transition into a half splits here, or want to play with full splits. Extend both your legs all the way out. Oh, I'm tight on this side. You can bring a block underneath your right hamstring to help you bridge that gap and come into your full splits. Take 2 deep breaths here. Come out of your splits. If you're using a block, move the block out. Bring your knees down onto the mat. Shift into your plank pose. Flow through your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Come all the way up. Downward facing dog. Walk your feet towards the front edge of the mat. Halfway lift and fold forward. Come all the way up into your Tadasana. Come to sit on your mat. Bring the soles of your feet together and you can work your heels closer to your inner thighs. Lengthen your spine. Make sure that your sit bones are down on the mat. Grab hold of your big toes with your 2-piece fingers. Either stay here or hinge from your hips. Fold forward. Keep the back of your neck long. Reach with the top of your head. Grow tall in your spine. Come all the way up. Fold your knees. Extend your legs, coming into a boat pose. Keep your chest opening and facing the sky. Don't round your back. Bring your left leg down. Right foot comes on the outside of your left thigh. Sit bones are on the mat. Wrap your left hand around your right leg. Open your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Take a twist. Every inhale, lengthen. Every exhale, try to go slightly deeper in your twist. Switch sides. Extend your right leg. Left foot comes on the outside of your right thigh. Sit bones are down on the mat. Wrap your right hand around your left knee. Open your chest towards the longest side of the mat. Take a twist. Release from your twist. We'll end our practice with a back bend and a plow. Come all the way down on the mat. You can take a bridge here or you can try playing with full wheel for our back bend. Bring your heels directly underneath your knees, hip distance apart. Lift your hips off the mat, coming into your bridge. Either stay here or bring your palms on the outside of your ears and push all the way up into your wheel pose. Release down. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll from side to side to release your lower back. From here, support your lower back with your palms and extend your leg all the way up. Point your toes. Try to bring your hips to stack directly on your shoulders. The weight is on your upper arm and it's not on your neck. Either stay here or bring your knees towards your forehead. Extend your legs, bring your toes onto the ground over your head. Interlace your fingers, extend your hands. Breathe into your hamstrings. Try to reach with your heels and work your knees away from your face. Come all the way down, bring your back all the way down onto your mat. Hug your knees into your chest. And we'll end our practice in Shavasana. Take your time in Shavasana. Please don't skip your Shavasana. We all have 101 things to do outside the mat, but take this time for yourself. Close your eyes, loosen your jaws, loosen your shoulders. Stay here for as long as it feels good in your body. You can keep your legs all the way stretched out, or you can bring your foot down on the mat to ease your lower back.